So I was on Discord the other day, and a good friend of mine, Tango Alpha, is a really good player and a very experienced player. Just mentioned he'd just been watching Martin Dogger's video on side scraping, and he said that the CC should do more about game mechanics. I said that's a really good idea, and why don't I look at revisiting what the hull down position is? So that's what this video is all about, going hull down. Hello again everybody, and welcome back to WOT Blitz. And yes, today we're just going to look at advanced tactics, namely going hull down, and that's like the extreme version in that picture. But what does it all mean? Lots of people mention going hull down and being hull down and having a hull down tank. But what does it actually mean in real life? Now, there are videos out there already. Check out Bushka, check out Martin Dogger, check out Meadzine, check out Skates. They've all got videos on going hull down. But as a good friend of mine, Tango Alpha, mentioned, there's a load of new players in the game now, and we should revisit these things. So, this is what going hull down is all about. As you can see there, there's a Centurion 7-1. All I can see is his turret. Now, the Saint 7-1 has very good gun depression, which, if you go hull down, works to your advantage. And as you can see here, I'm in a T-34, by the way, which is a good pen, but is not doing anything. Now, this is from the Saint 7-1's position. He can see that T-34. He can see virtually all that T-34. Now, the T-34 as an American Heavy is also a really good hull down tank. In this position, I have not put it hull down to show you. And this is what hull down looks like. You can only see the turret. Now, okay, the Saint 7-1 is a bit different. And as you can see, he can get shots on the T-34, no problem. The reason why the Saint 7-1 is a bit different is because it has really good gun depression. And as you see from the other angle, he has no problems penning this T-34. But the T-34, however, just can't pen the Saint 7-1 because the hull armor on the Saint 7-1 is absolutely pants, but its turret is as hard as nails. This is what going hull down is all about. It means getting your hull behind something so you can't be penetrated, but you can still put shots on. It's as simple as that. Now, the Saint 7-1, as I said, has absolutely amazing gun depression. So, in its hull down position, it can get into various different hull downs that some tanks can't. The T-34 being one of them, because the T-34 has pants gun depression. But it has a massively armoured turret. And again, when you look from the Saint 7-1's viewpoint, he has no problems penning that T-34 in the hull. But he's going to have problems penning the turret. It's as simple as that. And as you can see, the T-34 cannot pen the Saint 7-1. This is what hull down means. Simple as that. It means get your hull behind something, anything. You keep that hull covered and nobody will be able to pen you. Now, not every tank has got a really strong turret. Not every tank needs to go hull down, and you need to get onto Armor Inspector to work out which tanks are which. And as you can see here, I'm actually side on, but still hull down. And that's how good it is. But what's it like in a game? Well, here I am rolling out in the Indian Panzer, the German Tier 7 medium. Now, this tank is also very good in a hull down position, oddly enough. And it's also got really good gun depression at 10 degrees. But it's a medium, so it does have light armor, which means it can be penetrated in that hull. Not only that, being a German tank, the lower hull, especially the lower glaciers, is really easy to penetrate. In fact, anybody who's played the game for any length of time knows that you put a good shot into the bottom half of the hull, the lower glaciers basically, of any German tank, you 9 times out of 10 get an engine fire. So this is a really good example of a tank that can go hull down, which is not a Saint 7-1 or it's not a T-30 or T-34. Now the thing you've got to remember about going hull down is that you're not trying to cover the entire tank, you're only trying to cover its hull. So as you see here, I've got that KV-4 lined up in, look at that, bounce after bounce. We did 200 damage but bounced almost 500, and this is the art of hull down, guys. I'm just sticking my turret in that gun just over this slight ridge here on the map, which allows me, here on Alpenstat, to bounce shots coming in because my turret is relatively strong, whereas the hull on this thing is relatively weak. Now the gun on the Indian Panzer is relatively good as well, it gets good penetration. So as you can see, I'm just poking out, and now I've bounced 830 damage, but I've dished out 928, and they just can't pen me in this position. Now I've knocked out 1,140 odd damage, and they still can't pen me. See, I've now bounced over 1,000 damage. I've now bounced 1,100 damage, 1,300 damage. I mean, this is the art of going hull down. I'm able to put shots on and absorb shots coming back because this turret is just rock solid. Now, had I exposed my hull, which is what I'm going to do now because we're now going to push them, then I will get penetrated. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to come around the corner to take out this Black Prince. I'm going to try and target him. I bounce. I'm being pushed from behind. They get a shot into my hull. Now, and they get another shot into my hull. Now, when I was hull down, I bounced everything. As soon as I exposed my hull, boom, we have issues. Now we've got the T-29. Now, the T-29 is a tank that really should be hull down, but he's not. He's out in the open, hence the reason why he's been wasted. We dish out 1,852, we take and absorb 1,720 bounces. That is what hull down is all about. Now this is another tank which is a prime candidate for going hull down. This is the T-34, the American Tier 8 Premium Heavy. Now this tank again has got a relatively strong turret and a very weak hull. It's also got 10% gun depression, which is really good for a heavy tank. What you're going to see now is me sticking it in a position where hopefully I'm just exposing the turret, able to get shots onto the enemy target, and hopefully not be penetrated at the same time. So this is the idea. As you can see, I'm just going up a rise here. I'm not actually hiding behind anything. I'm just on this little rise, and I should be able to get shots into the IS-5, and yes, I do. Okay, the louver is sort of stopping me a little bit, but that's not a problem because I'm not being penned. And the idea of this video is to show you how to go hull down. It's not to show you how good tanks are. Now I've come a bit too much because I'm trying to get around the louver, and I've got a shot on, so I need to back down, back away, get back to a hull down position. Get that hull literally behind stuff. Now, you don't need to have your hull always behind. Oh, he hits my hull there because I was in a bad position. I'm trying to get behind this dead IS-5, but in the end I decide, actually I've got better hit points than him, I can go and take him out. As you can see, look how red the turret is compared to the hull. The turret is rock solid. Now if this tank was doing, went hull down, I wouldn't be able to kill him like I just did. He's hurt me because I'm not hull down. But as you can see, you don't need to hide behind rocks or stuff. Any little rise that you can get your gun depression working on will assist you in going hull down. Now this is a risky move for me because I'm going to expose my hull. Thankfully the WZ is not even looking in my direction. Allows me to plonk one on him and roll down the hill and take him out. I mean, that's all great. But it's the first part of the video you need to look at, and the first part is where you manage to go hull down. So, the reason it's an advanced tactic is because you need to know the map, guys. You need to know, firstly, how your tank performs. So you need to know its armor profile, and you need to understand how the armor on your tank works. Secondly, you need to know the map, because you need to know where the positions are for you to go hull down. Now, this is me rolling out in the T-62A. This is the Russian Tier 10 medium tank. The thing about this tank is it's absolutely awful gun depression. It's only got 5 degrees, but like most hull down type tanks, its turret is unbelievably rock solid, but the hull is easily penable. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick it behind this little mound here, because I know this little mound exists, and hopefully I can get shots in and absorb the shots coming the other way. And there you see, the Object 140 sticks his nose around the corner, I get a shot onto his hull, gives me 300, and I've already bounced 990 because of the position I'm in. They can only hit my turret. Okay, I went out a bit too far there, allowing the T-11-0E4 to get one on me, so I return one back to him in kind. So I've done 600 odd damage here and bounced 990. I've got some pretty formidable tanks around me. I've got the Leo 1, the T11. I'm sticking my nose out a bit too much. I'm not concentrating on my hull down right now, but now I go back to it. So what do I need to do? Well, I mean, the Leo 1's making a push. It's a bad move for a Leo 1. He's going to get wasted. I've now done 1,274 damage. I'm still hull down. Oddly enough, even though I've been wasted a couple of shots because I stuck my nose out a bit too far and got out of position. So I want to get back into the position of being hull down. I want to get back into the position where I can get probably shots on them, but they're just going to get shots on my turret. And there you go, another 350 blocked. 1,300 blocked now. 1,600 blocked now. So now I've blocked more than I've dished out. And this is how this tank works. You find the good position to stick it in like this, and you can sit there for most of the day, and people won't pen you. Now, I'm thinking, oh, well, you know, can I still get more targets in? Yes, I can. I've now done 1,912 damage. I'm not setting the world on fire in the T-62, but I'm holding these tanks there. I'm hull down. I'm absorbing shots. This is helping my team. Now I rush into the Object 140, and I still want to stay hull down. It's very difficult in this position now, because now I'm trying to push on the M48 and the IS-7. The IS-7 is oblivious to me. Get shots in. The Pattern's now coming around the corner. He's going to hit me now because I'm no longer hull down. I'm now exposing my lower hull. That allows him to pen me. It's as simple as that. Now, I'm in a tricky position. I've only got 275 hit points left. He's a two-shot for me. Realistically, I need to get into a better position. So I'm going to hide around here and try and angle up to be away from the IS-7, because the IS-7 can kill me with one shot, and to try and keep this M48... Oh, and he's gone. Voila. I've done 3,165 damage, and I've dished out, and I've blocked 1,650. I didn't kill anything, but I really helped my team in spotting them up, keeping them occupied. As you can see, I was top tank, and I kept them occupied. That's how hull down works, guys. It's not always about how many tanks you kill. It's about the way you play the game. Now, if you can keep objects spotted and you can put shots in whilst absorbing shots back, trust me, you're helping your team. Anyway, this is the T-22 medium. This is the Russian Tier X collector medium that you could have got if you were daft enough to spend lots of money during the recent New Year's Tree event. This is also a tank that has got a relatively strong turret and really pants armor on its lower hull. Not only that, like the T-62A, it's got really pants gun depression at only 6%. Okay, it's 1% better than the T-62A, but this is yet another tank that is a prime candidate for going hull down. So, like I said, because these are advanced tactics, you need to firstly understand the tank, but more importantly, you need to understand the map. And you need to know what parts of the map you can sit in what gets you hull down. Now, this one isn't the best for me, because I've got no gun depression, so I'm trying to keep as much of the hull covered as possible, and I'm trying to angle, because it's a funny Russian little tank, it's got good angles, and as you can see there, I am bouncing, and I've already bounced 600, and I've dished out 900. This is how hull down works. 3 red tanks, the E50, the T-54, and the Mouse, which is already gone, are all lit up, along with the Conqueror over there. There's a tank shooting from me, I think it's the Leo, I think, and we've also got the IS-7 lit up as well. So I need to get away from that Conqueror and that Leo. There's the E50. I stick one into him but bounce, because but I'm still bouncing from the T-54. Okay, I didn't bounce that one. but I've bounced 1,300 and I've dished out 1,600. This is why going hull down is a very effective tactic. If you can master it, then you really do have the ability to help your team win games. Because if tanks are shooting at you and they're bouncing off you, it means they can't shoot at your teammates, and during their reload you can waste them. That is why it's an effective tactic. But, and I can't emphasize this enough, guys, you really need to know the maps, because you need to know the positions you can get into in your tanks to get that hull down position. Not only that, you also need to know your tank. And it's no good you going hull down in a tank that has a really weak turret, because it doesn't help you and it doesn't help anybody else. In fact, it's just pants. But as you can see, T62A is good for hull down, along with all those type of tanks: the T54, the T54 lightweight, the T34 mod, the T22, the T62A, along with the American heavies like the T30, the T34, the T29. These are tanks that are really effective in a hull down position because their turrets are massively armored. Same goes with the Indian Panzer. But guys, you really need to get on to the things like Blitz stars, or even Blitz Hanger if you really can't get hold of Blitz stars. And you need to go onto there and see the armor profiles of each and every tank that you wish to play, because it's only then that you'll understand what hull down tanks really are. There's no point you going hull down in, for example, a Grilly, because it's just ridiculously stupid. I mean, every single part of the Grilly really is penetrable, so why bother hull downing on it? Get that tank in a different position, in a different place, to work it differently. Whereas these type of tanks, they are really effective if you stick them hull down, as you've seen so far. We end up doing 2,600 damage, we bounce 1,300, and we wipe out 3 tanks. Not a bad game, realistically. So this is my friend Fizzy11 of the Clan Mud. He's also rolling out in a T34 1776. This is the American Tier 8 Premium Heavy, and he's rolling out on the EU server. Now, as I said, this is a tank that is a prime candidate for going hull down, guys. Now, it's no different realistically to the T34 I showed you earlier, other than the fact it's got really funky armor and it's called 1776 in some books and Independence in others. The fact about this thing is it's got 10 degrees of gun depression and a solid turret. So watch what Fizzy11 does here. He's gonna go over the brow of the hill a little bit, but then he's gonna bring it back and make sure to the best that he can that his hull is fully covered. When he needs to move, because he's ready loaded, he does, and look, he bounces. Because the T34 that he's aiming at is solid on the turret. When he goes hull down, however, that's a different matter. And on the side, obviously, the T34 is pretty pants as well. So the hull and the side are easily penetrable. And so's the back, and if you stick an HE in the back, I mean, look at this, I mean, just go boom. Oh no, he's turned on his side. That doesn't help, but he's gone. And Fizzy11 hasn't really taken any sufficient damage to himself as of yet. But like I said, you stick this tank hull down like he's going to do right now, nobody can pen you. There you go, 225 bounces. Oh, he bounced the Tiger P, and the Tiger P bounced him back. Now he's done 445 bounces. What about now? You can still get shots on just about onto this T2, maybe. Can he? Yeah, no, but he's now bounced 670. He's dished out 2,428 damage, and he's bounced 895 now, because they just can't pen this turret. Not in that position. When he overexerts like that, however, he exposes his hull, and they can pen him. This is where it all works, guys. You know, look at this. I mean, he's able to waste that tank. He's taken 895 bounces still. The Tiger 1's making a push. He's going for the IS-3 rather than the T-34. Bit of a mistake. It allows the T-34 to waste him. So this is where you can see tanks become effective when they go hull down. as you saw with the T-62 and the T-22 and the two T-34s and all the other type of tanks that can go hull down, you will bounce everything, guys, until the cows come home. You really, really will. So just to recap, and I know I've said it once and twice and 3 or 4 times now, but I can't overemphasize it enough, chaps. You really need to know the maps. You need to know the positions to get into. You need to know where those positions are. And what a fantastic ace that is by Fizzy in the T-34. I mean, it's just truly fantastic. Just to leave you, this is my good friend Nickerson in the T-30, the American Tier 9 TD, which is similar to a lot of respects to the T-34 and the T-29, insofar as it's a great hull-down tank and it's got 10 degrees of gun depression. Now, this is the prime location to go hull down on this map. So if you've watched any of Bushka's videos, Meadsy69's videos, Skate Stream's videos, or Martin Dogger's videos, or even Amunet's videos, then you will see they always show you this position as a great hull down position if your tank has got good gun depression. And it is. So I'm going to leave you with that. As a recap, you need to find the spots to go hull down. The trick is getting your lower hull in cover and not spottable or penetrable by the enemy, but keeping your turret and your gun on the target so allow you to return fire. Number 1. Number 2, you need to know what tanks can do this, because not every tank can. So get yourselves over to either Blitz Hangar or, my preferred one, Armor Inspector. Once you do all that, guys, seriously, this tactic, advanced though it is one of the easiest advanced tactics to master. This is a lot easier than side scraping, and certainly a lot easier than spotting and camo game tactics and mechanics, believe me. But if you can master this basic advanced skill, your gameplay will improve. And with that, like I say to everybody, I'd like to thank everybody who provided their replays. That's Fizzy11 of Mud, Nickerson of ICN, and my good friend Chairman Mapug of AFK. Guys, it was really useful having those videos so I could show people exactly how people play the game. If you've got some replays, if you've got any aces or anything, please, by all means, send them to me to fujitsblitz@gmail.com. By all means, comment below, press like, and if you really want to, subscribe. I mean, it costs you nothing. Anyway, until the next time, let's say, stay safe out there, have fun on the battlefield, and happy tanking, because that's what it's all about, guys. Fun and happiness. Hey, I've been Fujit, and you've been great. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it, and I'd love if you would press subscribe. Who knows, we can do some more. By all means, drop me comments, tell me what can be improved, and tell me what you'd like to see. I really love to know. Anyway, until the next time, guys, happy tanking.